bringing in the troops.
All right, whenever you are ready then, Merlin.
Greetings, dear ones. Golden Arrow, good to see you.
It is delightful for us to be here with you, indeed, truly.
The curiosity of the audience is great, but they must come from their place of hope and not fear when they are asking their questions.
What we would like to do, if it is all right, we would like to begin with you, Audrey.
Yes, already then.
You were just speaking about your father, yes? Your
Yes.
biological father who just dropped the body, yes?
Yes, he did.
So what we would like to ask you, Audrey, is what have you learned about you in this experience with your father passing? Not what happened with him, you understand, but what did you learn? Learn is a good word for you, yes? What did you learn about you?
Well, I got to tell you, in that moment, I learned that I'm a lot stronger than I realized.
Yes.
I learned that I'm a greater channel than I realized. I was able to, in that moment, really kind of let go and let God, or whatever you want to call it, work through me and really be very present for him and for my family, and just allowing that transition with a lot of peace and a lot of grace. And it ended up being a really beautiful thing and a beautiful moment. And, I really learned a lot more of what my strength is.
So what we would like to point out to you is that the wounded state that you have created, yes, when you were a child,
Yeah.
which is being pushed away, not to being relevant, not being significant, you understand?
Yes.
So what you came in to understand about yourself was just exposed to you by your father's passing, meaning you said that you learned at this time that you're stronger than you thought you were. So take that, just that, what you would call belief system, that you are stronger than what you thought you were. And look at whenever you get into your wounded state of not being good enough, not being enough, being pushed away, not being smart enough, whatever it is that you have held since you were 0 to 7, you now can relate to the strength that you have gained, that you have brought to you, and the recognition came with your father, that experience.
Right.
So now relate to when you are in the wounded state, and that will go on for your entire lifetime, because that's what you came in to learn about you. When you find yourself in that state of woundedness, or criticizing yourself, or realizing that you're hard on yourself, bring to your focus how strong you really are and how you found that to be so for yourself through this experience with your father. Use that now. You understand?
I do.
All right, very good.
You had said something a while ago when I asked you a question about those children, and you were the one that said, we come into this lifetime to be the perpetrator, to be the victim, to do these things for the other. And I had this amazing revelation, because you had told me that my father, he was that lesson for me. I will do these things for you so that you will learn.
Because I love you so much.
Yes, yes.
You see?
Yes.
All of those children that have those things happen to them, they are the ones that set it up for themselves. That's why they're here. That's what they're learning. They're learning what you have learned, that they are stronger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what a gift.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. It is important for you to see how you've grown in such a very short period of time, what you learned about you. So, to everyone who is watching and hearing, what we would like for you all to do is to take moments, at least once a week, moments to look at how far you've come in that week or in that month or in that 6 months or in that year. Look and see how far you've come. And then, good job, well done. Do you see?
Yes. Yes.
Merlin.
Dear one, with your father exiting his physicality, you had witnessed his physical decay, as you would say, a de-evolutionary process where the faculties and the physical parts do not function as they did in youth, yes?
Yes.
And you witnessed a rapid decline in his being.
Yes.
It is quite important to all humans as they continue what they believe to be the aging process as a decline of the physicality, but that is a decline of the mentality. And they, as you would say, go hand in hand. And your father recognized at some point that there was a, how you say, a stagnation in his existence, and began the process of determining that there wasn't, how you say, much more to achieve. And there was again a stagnation in his existence, in his home life, where he saw not a future for himself, but simply a repetitive existence in his day-to-day. You understand?
I do.
And he chose this decline so he would gradually, not suddenly, begin to exit his body, and his mental faculties began to be not what they quite were, yes?
Yes.
And when one begins the process of separating from the physicality, the mind, or the memory, so to speak, becomes less of what it was, for there is the beginning of the separation of the physical going into the non-physical, and the mind and the body are not in agreement anymore. You understand?
Yes.
And so when you witnessed his physicality becoming less than what it was, for he had shed weight, yes, significantly, for he was a somewhat of a burly man. He was a warrior, yes.
Yes.
In truth, he was a warrior.
Yes.
But that fight in him began to erode, and he chose not to fight. For in him, as he has been criticized for having some anger in his time, it was that anger that got him through his life. And anger within the psyche of the human condition is one of the great defense mechanisms. And you can say to another human, why are you angry? You should not be so angry. But anger is one of the emotions that drives an individual to succeed and overcome. So when you are speaking of anger in someone, you must look at an individual, not a general assessment of the population. And as your father began to age, as you say, he was less angry.
Yeah.
There was less fight in him. So his process of separating from the physical began, as you would say, approximately 2 calendars ago. Do you see?
Yes.
It was a process, and as you live in your linear time, 2 calendar cycles seems like a bit in a lifetime, that is many days. But as the mind, the body begin their separation, it is not much time at all.
Right.
And this is something for all who are part of this audience to remember about their mindset as they move forward in their chronological time.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Your father, dear one, is in a fine space at the moment, but not a permanent space.
Okay.
He is getting his, how you say, instructions for his next time.
Good to know.
Evaluation.
Yes.
He's going through a period of evaluation, looking at the life experience that he chose, that he set up for himself, and looking at what is available to him in the next experience. It will be some time meaning earth time. It will be some time before he enters another incarnation, but this time that he has now is relevant to his spiritual soul growth. He no longer has a body, so it is soul growth now.
Well, thank you both.
Absolutely.
You are welcome. Dear one, when one separates and comes to the non-physical, there are references to being with God. There is a divine light, as if you would say a tunnel that one comes into, that they are in awe of. It is divine white light. And the individual, even though they are, as Golden Arrow says, looking to where their next assignment is, but there is a beautiful time where they are in light and they are in awe of the feeling of what is there.
Yeah.
Love, pure love.
Yes, yes.
You said love, pure love. Yes.
Yes, pure love. When you drop the body, you are in a what you would call suspended space of pure love. Merlin refers to the white light. That white light is as one would feel encompassed or secure, knowing that you are held within love. How else can you describe it in human terms?
I think that's it. I think that feeling of love, I think if we could magnify it by 1,000,000, I would imagine that would be how it would feel.
You are
Yes.
cradled within the bosom of cosmic consciousness.
Yes. Excellent.
And the light that is referred to is not the white that you know on planet Earth. It is a blinding existence. You are simply encased in it. It is in you and around you. But you do not see it as such, as if you are looking at these facilities.
Exactly. No eyesight, yes?
So let me ask you both a question then, because a lot of people watching this who are going through such a very challenging experience here in their human bodies, they are listening to this, and I have had clients literally say to me who have been suicidal, you know what, I just want to be done with this existence. and I want to go and have that experience. I want to let go of this human body, and I want to have that happen. Is it the same thing for people who would make that choice?
Dear one, this is not the choice that is looked upon favorably by the divine spirits. As you choose to come in, you choose your parents, you choose the location of your birth, you are given divine permission to come into physicality. But you must be given divine permission to exit the physicality as you are evaluated. And when a human chooses to abruptly cease in their physicality through unnatural means, as you say, taking one's own life, that creates a, using your human terms, a karma that must be dealt with. And as there is no such thing as eternal damnation, for the concept of God and love is benevolent and eternally benevolent, for mankind, all physical beings are continually given another chance to fill their vessel with love. But this type of exit from the physicality is evaluated differently and is assigned to a physicality with more challenges, where one, using your language, takes the easy way out. One must work harder in the next lifetime to create a desirable physical existence. Do you understand?
I do.
Very careful not to use words that indicate what humans would infer as punishment, for this is not the case. But it is a reassignment with more challenges, as you would say, karma. Yes, Golden Arrow?
From our perspective, it does not matter at all how you drop the body, whether someone takes the body from you, whether you decide that you have had enough and you take your own life. From our perspective, there is no judgment, there is no right or wrong about it at all. When you incarnate and you create your life existence, you created what you are going to grow from or grow with through that life experience. Part of that life experience is how one is choosing to drop the body. So from our perspective, it does not matter. There is no judgment, no criticism from non-physical beings as to how you continue on as a soul. When you drop the body, that is it. You continue on in other frames and realms of existence until you decide that you desire to have another growth-producing experience in a body. Do you understand? Do you have a question on that?
Do we come into these bodies to have growth-producing experiences?
Exactly. That is the only reason why you would want to have this confinement.
But you are designed to fill your vessel with love, and as Golden Arrow says, there is no judgment. The phraseology within the human religious approach for millennia refers to this judgment day. That does not exist.
Does not.
Spirit does not assess mankind when they come through as good or bad. That is the language of human man, not spirit. It is simply an evaluation and a time frame of when that individual will reincarnate into a physical form, with the intention of filling the vessel with love. As you are non-physical, you exist in love, which is the only true unconditional love. When you come into the physicality, you must find love, fill yourself with love, learn love, and share love.
So for someone that would take their own body, they have not filled that vessel with love.
It is not an act of love. That is correct.
So then there would be whatever the karma would be for that.
And that determines where they fill themselves into physical form in the next, how you say, lifetime.
What we would like to share, all right?
Yes, please.
What we would like to share with all humanity, with everyone who is observing this talk, so to speak, what do you call it, this conversation. So it is very important to understand that the only judgment and the only criticism that is upon you is what you put upon you and what you take in from others to put upon you. That is the growth-producing experience that you came here on purpose to have. Merlin explains it as learning how to fill the vessel with love. All right, part of that experience is learning about why you came here, why you set up the drama, why you set up the experiences that you set up. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, when you drop the body, however that is, and understand that there are beings on this planet that drop the body or let go of the body instantaneously and move on to other realms of reality, and then come back and pick up that body again and live this existence here. Do you understand? There are many, many, many ways to experience this human form. Not just by birth at all. Do you understand?
No.
So you can, if you are a being that is not of the earth realm, but other realms of reality, you would call them extraterrestrial beings. Yes?
Yes.
So they can come into your sphere of reference here that you call this planet Earth and look human and even have a human expression and interaction. Do you understand?
Yes.
You may not recognize them as such, but they are having their own experience in growth on what you would call being human. They did not birth. They did not have a mother. Do you understand?
Yes.
And there are existences where you call on the planet a walk-in experience, where an individual is leaving the body, however they are doing that. It could be disease, it could be a car accident, whatever, does not matter. That is not what matters. What matters is that as a soul, you can come in and have agreement with that individual personage who is leaving the body on purpose and continue in that body, fulfilling what you came to experience. Do you understand?
Yes.
So there are many, many, many ways to have an earthly experience. You can have an earthly experience without this physical body.
Wow. But they're having the earthly experience coming into a physical body.
Yes, somewhat. Now, there are beings that live here on this planet with you from other realms of reality that came here to experience physicality.
And they're not really a human body, then what you're saying.
Correct.
They're more of an extraterrestrial body.
Correct, but they look like you.
So we wouldn't know that they are from another experience.
unless they expose that to you.
Is this what I've been hearing about with reptilian?
All right, that's different altogether yet again.
Oh,
That's another form to have a physical experience. So let us differentiate here for you. You were birthed, Audrey. Mm-hmm. So you have had the birthing experience.
yes.
Now, another being, a vibration that is a cellular type of being, you would know, would come onto planet Earth not only to interact with you, but to learn about why you're doing what you're doing here on this planet, the drama, learning about that, and leave that cellular body and return to the realm that they came from to express what it was that they learned here. It happens all the time, century, worlds, all the time.
Okay, so with that being said, in the moment that we're in right now, where things are all kinds of crazy, and we have all these things that are happening, and people are in a massive amount of fear and confusion, is there any of that where other beings are coming from other places and assisting with this extraordinary chaotic moment that we're experiencing?
Not really.
Okay.
It would be easy to blame it on that.
No, I'm not blaming. I'm just
We're
wondering
not
if
saying
it's
that you are.
assisting.
It would be easy to blame the conflagration that is happening on your planet now on other beings coming in that have all not altruistic motives. But that is not the case at all. What is happening is that all of you have come together to create the conflagration, as you say, the all, what did you call it? All
chaotic moment.
Yes, exactly. You all came to do that so that the 80% that have been blinded, unconscious of what their lives are really all about, are now taking their blinders off and seeing a little bit more what is really going on around them and what they are involved with. Now is the time for hundreds of thousands of people in all walks of the planet to come to understand that you all are creating this. And do you want to continue to create this? Do you want to continue to place your physical existence in the hands of another that is not altruistic at all? Do you understand?
Yes.
This time that is happening is a gift that you're all giving to yourselves to wake up. Meaning, wake up to who you really are, the soul that you really are.
Yes.
Get in touch with that. Talk with that vibration. That vibration is God. That vibration is all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be. Get in touch with that. Listen to that. Talk to that. Have that all that is guide you. You have all been living an unconscious existence for 80 plus years on this planet at this time. You all understand about Atlantis. You all understand about other realms of reality that have existed here, that have disintegrated.
Yeah.
Well, you have another chance, another opportunity.
Merlin, can you share a little bit with that as well?
Dear one, as you are concerned in this time that you are on the planet of other beings, so to speak, what you only have the information to ask the questions as you know. There is a commingling of races from this world and others for quite some time.
Good word, commingling.
And when you look at those of you who exist on this world, you notice that you are, from physical appearance, very different. You you stand erect and you have arms and legs and other attributes, but you are different. Your features are different. Skin tone is different. And this is due to commingling from great times ago. This planet Earth, you call it, this satellite of the sun, is a colonization point. You who exist here are not the original inhabitants of this world. You come from other worlds, and that creates some of the difficulty of the strife that exists and has existed on this planet for some time. There are different energies, different intentions, and that comes from the other worlds that have created this population that you know as it is now. And these other beings do walk amongst you. They do appear as you do. They are at times indifferent. They are not here to harm. They are not here to help. They are here to exist as you do also. But as you and many have been entertained by what you view as scripted information on your box, you know what I mean, dear one.
Yes.
You have been influenced by science fiction and words to believe what you think these other beings are all about. And beings from other worlds, similar but different, dear one, they go about their business doing what they do. And you must remember that in the vastness and the infinite universe that exists, this world Earth, it is a beautiful world, but it is a speck. It is a piece of dust in this whole world. Do you understand?
Yes.
It is important to you. It is important to anyone that exists here. And anyone's life on any world is important to them. And just as you wonder about these beings, there are beings in other worlds that wonder the same thing. They just don't know or do not have access to the consciousness that would connect you and they. But they do exist.
So if you two were to say for humanity on this earth at this time, if there were things that we should be doing to continue to fill the vessel with love in the most highest, what is it that we could say that would, as you were saying, Golden Arrow, wake them up?
They are first to release the ego.
When you say release the ego, what do you mean?
The self-imposed importance of the individual and how each individual will impose on others and misinterpret that others are a threat. They must learn to peacefully coexist and release the fear which drives the ego.
Yes.
It is possible, dear one, to create harmonious existence. But there are individuals that will continue to create disharmony and imbalances. You have been in a period of this past calendar where this has been the forefront on the tip of everyone's tongue. The fear that creates illness. The illness did not create fear. The fear created the illness.
Say that one more time.
The illness did not create the fear. The fear created the illness.
Always.
This is stress. It is what destroys what you refer to as your daily sustenance, your immune system, your ability to simply take care of yourself. And the body begins to achieve a negative vibration which continues to run through your type of physicality, creating illness. Mm-hmm. When you exist in a harmonious vibration, your physicality and your mentality thrive, keeping you in a high place where you are above the attack to the immune system. But when your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts are consumed with fear, the vibration comes down very low and you are prone to attack. And then it all becomes, as humans like to say, a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I understand.
This is something that mankind must learn if this race is to continue to survive and prosper. It is the fear-driven ego that must be done away with.
Yes. And that is a process for people to work through. And I think that it's important for people to understand that.
Truly.
So with this moment in time, as people are becoming more aware of things that have been going on that have been, let's just say, covert, do you both see that there is, we were talking about the Aquarian age and it moving into a new time for humanity, a much more humanitarian period that we're moving into. What do you two have to say about that? Are we in a shift that we will be able to experience that coming forward? Because people are afraid right now and they're seeing the, you know, the fear on big levels.
It is all right. It is all right to see that fear on big levels. Mm-hmm. That is part of the awareness that humanity is coming to. It is not going to happen overnight. How long has it taken for all of you to get to where you are right now? Mm-hmm. Many, many years. So it is important for you, we'll just speak to you, Audrey, in this moment of now. Mm-hmm. It is important for you to look at you. Mm-hmm. And see how often are you in the space of love and loving you and who you really are, how much of the day is taken for that. You understand how you call busy your life and your schedule is. How much time each day do you take for you? And when you take time for you, therein lies your own personal growth. So you are a picture of all of humanity, yes? Mm-hmm. So as you take time for you, as acknowledge the grand being of light energy that you are, and you desire to be in the space of love each moment of every day, that you are consciously aware of it, you then are the pebble in the pond again, yet again. You're the pebble in the pond that spreads out to all of humanity.
Yes.
You can do nothing for another. Nothing. And everything for yourself. As you say on the planet, as you raise your vibration, and it's not rally that at all, that's just a phrase. Do you understand? That's
Yes.
just a phrase. As you see your significance, as you walk through your wounded states and grow from that and see how that has the CD-ROM has been replayed over and over and over in your life experience, and you are leaving that behind. You are understanding more and more of why you brought that to you, and why you brought all the people in your life that has taught you more about you. You understand? We are saying you.
Yeah.
Because it's not out there. Nothing is out there. Everything is in here. Everything. You cannot help another until you help yourself first. You want to change what is going on in the planet? Let's say this. Why would you want to change a gift that is transpiring? That is brewing. A good phrase would be brewing. Why would you want to change that when the outcome is great?
Yeah.
Now, you all would like to have it great tomorrow, but it took you years to get here. And it's going to take you years of conscious work on yourself to shift what is transpiring right now. And from our perspective, there's no negative to it at all. More and more and more people are waking up, literally waking up to realize that they prefer not what they're seeing. They don't prefer to see raging wars and demonstrations that are filled with hate and anger and rage. They prefer different. But how can you prefer different if you don't have the opposite to look at?
Right. Right.
Merlin?
To this point and to this time, dear one, as you referencing the concept of an age, an Aquarian age, just as you are now, the chronological age, it took you these many years to get to this age, yes? And as the planet in its cosmos continues to age, it has been given this definition for some time for mankind to have something to look forward to. And when made mention in decades past of this coming of the Aquarian age, mankind truly did not know what he was asking for or what he was wishing for. And this time frame that already is being tossed about like a sphere, one must understand the time that was recently departed, and this time referenced by mankind as the time of Pisces. Yes? And it is not looked upon as good or bad. It's simply a time of approximately, in your time, 2,000 years, but that is not accurately measured, you understand. It is a approximation and a reference to be able to review a history of events. And in this time that is said to be ending, this time of Pisces, there are wondrous things that have transpired, referencing the time of the man referred to as Jesus, moving through developments of your the way you do things in medicine and psychology and these devices that you use. This has been a time of man and his relationship to how to better his life in his physical world, medicine, and so on and so forth. You understand?
Yes.
As you move into this time referencing another 2,000 years in Aquarius, it is a shift into humanitarian pursuits, but you will not exist in the entire 2,000 years. You see? You only know the time that you are in now, and when astrologers describe the circumstances around these Aquarian times, they can be times of change, but mankind witnesses it as quite disruptive, you see? And while you want this humanitarian influence, you must venture into this age, which is of great change. It shall be a, well, you say, a bit of a bumpy ride for a while until you are deeper into this time and enough has been revealed that generations forward will look at it not just as what it is, but having years of past experience comparing history with the Aquarian age and the Piscean age. You, dear one, and those of you that coexist on this planet, the being that I speak through, the being that Golden Arrow speaks through, we are navigating this time as well as can be and lending a conscious point of view to those around you that wish to hear the way to navigate this. You must know there are many earth people who do not wish to know. They want to go about what they do in a manner of being okay, knowing that there is a roof over their head and food on their table. The times that you are in now, this time of another disease, mankind has asked for this. Mankind does not know how to make sophisticated decisions for himself and therefore allows himself to be at the auspices, the control of beings in authority. Do you understand?
I do.
And there is an assumption and a presumption that they will be taken care of. This is part of this great shift where more of mankind will rise up, not as a vibrational thing, but simply come to open their eyes and wish to be more in control of their individual destinies. So it isn't a matter, when you say humanitarian, of caring for many around you, although that is a byproduct of it. When you're referring to being more humanitarian, it is what you are doing in consciousness with high intention that elevates you, and that energy spills over into those around you like cascading waters flowing down the hill.
I
You
see
see?
that.
Exactly.
So For those who are applauding this time of the Aquarian age, do applaud it, but do not assume that all of a sudden everything is all roses. You must navigate this bumpy part of the journey if you wish to be in the smooth part of the journey. And, dear ones, to look at your lives moving forward, there are great changes, and what you see in the world and recent events, this is not the outcome. There is so much more that will change. This is simply evidence that's been placed in front of the eyes of humans because it is believable. There is much coming that will be thought to be unbelievable. And those who wish to believe it say it's believable. And those who wish not to believe it, they will say they don't believe. And that is the choice amongst men.
Right.
As what they believe.
Right.
But there are great changes coming. This is not how it will stay.
Exactly. I would like to thank you both. We have reached our time limit. Actually, we're a little over the limit. And I want to say that you and, well, both of you will be here again on the 16th. And when you're saying to us how to navigate, I would like to put it out ahead of time that I think that we are needing more information, more tools, more something on exactly how to navigate. So I would like to put that out there to anybody that'll be watching us on that Sunday. So is that something that you can both share with us on that day?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It is all just a process.
Yes.
Understand, it's just a process. And we would use this phrase for all of you: lighten up. See the humor in it. See the lightness in it instead of the heaviness and the darkness.
Yes. Yes. Merlin, any final words from you as well?
We will do as asked.
Thank you.
Short but sweet, yes?
Yes, he is short but sweet. So we will bid you guys, both of you, a good bye for now, and we will see you again on the 16th on this Sunday, and we will be on the box, as it were, and in person. And thank you very, very much for tonight. This was quite a gift for me personally, and Heather, and Hugh. So thank you very much
All right.
for now.
Then we would like to leave you all then with blessings, peace, harmony,
Yes.
and joy.
Yes.
And we shall speak again.
I always love it when Alexandra comes back. She's so cute.
Very bright in here.
It is very bright in here.
Oof.
Thank you both so much. And thank all of you. So I think one of the things that we absolutely got from this is, on this time on the planet, in these human bodies, the main thing is to fill the vessel with love, to learn from these experiences that we create for ourselves, and to let go of the ego and let go of that fear, and really put the attention on yourself. What are you doing to make your space in the world bright, to make your space in the world complete? What are you doing to make your little pebble drop ripple out in the world to really create more and more love, not only within the vessel, but outside? So thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you to Alexandra, who's back. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
We look forward to seeing you on the 16th.
That's this Sunday.
Yes, that's
Yes.
this Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
I'm so looking forward
Thank you
to
for
it.
watching, everyone. And yes, if you can, join us on Sunday. It'll
Yeah.
be phenomenal.
Noon to 6.
Yes, noon to
Right.
6 here at the Newmont Center.
At the Newmont Center. And you can join us via Zoom and in person. So contact us. I think it's going to be a phenomenal day. And I'm pretty sure that the information on what we were just talking about is going to be much more expansive. And you get to ask questions. You get to ask about your own life. So join us on the 16th. In the meantime,
Good night, everybody.
All right, good night, everyone. Thank you again.